Chosen one, there is a sign coming, a divine marker that heaven is about to shift everything in your favor. And I need you to listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you will prepare your spirit for the breakthrough that's been written in the books of eternity since before time began. You see, chosen one, the enemy thought he had you figured out. He thought those seasons of isolation, those moments when people turned their backs on you, those times when you questioned if God had forgotten your name, he thought that was your destruction. But what the enemy meant for evil, God has been working for your good. Every betrayal was a setup for your elevation. Every rejection was a redirection toward your divine assignment. And now, chosen one, the sign is coming. The confirmation that your wilderness season is about to end. The evidence that your promotion is knocking at the door of your destiny. Let me break this down for you. When I say sign, I'm not talking about some mystical occurrence that only the spiritually elite can discern. No, chosen one. This sign will be so clear, so undeniable, so perfectly orchestrated by the hand of the Almighty that even those who doubted you will have to acknowledge that God's favor rests upon your life. The sign is this. You're going to witness the sudden collapse of systems that have been working against you. Organizations, relationships, financial structures, even family dynamics that have been blocking your path. They're going to crumble before your eyes. Not because you fought them, chosen one. Not because you schemed or manipulated or forced your way through, but because heaven has issued a decree, and when God speaks, mountains move. You've been watching, haven't you? You've been seeing the cracks, the inconsistencies, the way people who once seemed so powerful are now scrambling to maintain their positions, the way lies are being exposed, the way hidden agendas are coming to light. This isn't coincidence, chosen one. This is divine strategy. God has been positioning you in the shadows, teaching you, preparing you, refining you like gold in the furnace. While others were building their kingdoms on sand, you were learning to build on the rock. While others were networking their way to the top, you were being divinely connected to your true assignments. While others were seeking validation from man, you were being validated by heaven itself. And now the vindication comes. Now the reversal begins. Now the enemies of your destiny discover that they were fighting not just against you, but against the purposes of the Most High. Chosen one, do you remember the story of Mordecai? How Haman built the gallows thinking he would hang God's chosen, but ended up swinging from his own trap. That's what's happening in your life right now. The very weapons formed against you are becoming the instruments of your enemy's defeat. The sign will manifest as sudden reversals. Chosen one, you're going to see people who have been blocking your progress suddenly removed from their positions of power. You're going to witness those who whispered against you behind closed doors being exposed in public forums. You're going to watch as the very opportunities they tried to steal from you become the platforms of your greatest victories. But here's what I need you to understand, chosen one. This isn't about revenge. This isn't about you gloating over the fall of your adversaries. This is about justice. This is about divine order being restored. This is about God making room for the calling He placed on your life before you were even formed in your mother's womb. You see, the enemy has been running interference operations against chosen vessels for millennia. He knows that when God's people step into their full authority, His kingdom suffers devastating losses. So He's been working overtime to keep you distracted, discouraged, and disconnected from your divine assignments. But God, let me say that again. But God has been working behind the scenes, orchestrating a comeback so profound that it will serve as testimony for generations. Your breakthrough isn't just about you, chosen one. It's about demonstrating to the world that when God backs His chosen, no weapon formed against them can prosper. The sign will come through divine downloads. Suddenly, you're going to receive clarity about situations that have confused you for years. Strategies will download into your spirit. Business ideas will flow like rivers. Creative innovations will burst forth like springs in the desert. Relationships that have been dying will resurrect with new life and purpose. Let's break down the word breakthrough. Break through. Something that was solid, impenetrable, impossible to penetrate is about to shatter. The barriers that have been holding you back are about to be demolished by the power of the Almighty. The ceilings over your head are about to be removed. The walls around your destiny are about to come tumbling down like Jericho. Chosen one, I want you to pay attention to the dreams you've been having. God is speaking to you in the night seasons. Those visions, those prophetic glimpses of your future, they're not wishful thinking. They're previews of coming attractions. They're glimpses of the reality God is preparing to manifest in your life. The enemy tried to kill your dreams through disappointment. He tried to murder your vision through repeated setbacks. He attempted to assassinate your calling through isolation and rejection. But what he didn't understand is that every trial was making you stronger. Every test was increasing your capacity. Every battle was preparing you for the victory that's already been won in the heavenlies. And now comes the sign, the confirmation, the evidence that your time of preparation is coming to an end and your time of manifestation is beginning. You're going to receive unexpected favor from people in high places. Chosen one, individuals who don't even know your name, yet are being positioned by God to be instruments of your elevation. Divine connections are being orchestrated. Strategic partnerships are being arranged. Resources are being mobilized, all because heaven has given the green light for your breakthrough. The sign will manifest through supernatural provision. Money you weren't expecting is going to show up. Opportunities you didn't apply for are going to be offered to you. Doors you never knocked on are going to swing wide open. Because when God decides to bless his chosen, he doesn't need your permission, your strategy, or your networking ability. He just needs your obedience and your willingness to step into what he's prepared. Chosen one, you've been faithful in the secret place. You've continued to pray when it seemed like heaven was silent. You've continued to believe when the evidence suggested otherwise. You've continued to stand when everything around you was falling apart. And God has been taking notes. Every tear you shed in private has been collected in his bottle. Every prayer you whispered in desperation has been recorded in his book. Every act of faithfulness in the darkness has been noted in the courts of heaven. And now comes the reward. Now comes the vindication. Now comes the manifestation of promises that seemed too good to be true. The sign will come through divine timing. Things that should have taken years are going to happen in months. Processes that normally require decades are going to be accelerated into weeks. Miracles that typically unfold over generations are going to occur in your lifetime. Because God is not limited by natural timelines when he decides to move on behalf of his chosen. You're going to see the Joseph principle activated in your life. From the pit to the palace in one divine transition. From the prison to the position of authority in one supernatural shift. From being forgotten by man to being remembered by God in one miraculous moment. Let me tell you something about this sign, chosen one. It's not going to come in a way that allows anyone to claim credit. It won't come through political maneuvering or social manipulation. It won't arrive through compromise or corruption. It will be so obviously supernatural, so clearly orchestrated by divine hands, that even your enemies will have to acknowledge that God is with you. The sign will manifest through the exposure of truth. Lies that have been believed about you are going to be revealed as fabrications. Misconceptions that have damaged your reputation are going to be corrected publicly. Stories that have been twisted to make you look bad are going to be straightened out by divine intervention. Your character will be vindicated not by your defense, but by God's revelation of truth. Chosen one, you're about to witness what I call divine archaeology. God is going to dig up evidence from the past that proves your innocence, establishes your integrity, and confirms your calling. Documents will surface. Witnesses will come forward. Facts that were hidden will be brought to light, all to clear your name and establish your credibility for the assignment that's coming. You see, God has been preparing not just your blessing, but your reputation to handle the blessing. He's been working not just on your promotion, but on your character to sustain the promotion. He's been developing not just your gifts, but your integrity to steward the gifts responsibly. And the sign that this process is complete will be unmistakable. The green light from heaven will be so bright that even those walking in darkness will see it. The sign will come through supernatural peace in the midst of chaos. While everything around you seems to be shaking, you're going to experience a calm that defies explanation. While others are panicking about uncertain times, you're going to have unshakable confidence about your future. While the world is filled with anxiety, you're going to walk in authority. This peace isn't ignorance, chosen one. It's intelligence. It's the assurance that comes from knowing that your steps are ordered by the Lord. It's the confidence that emerges from understanding that all things work together for good for those who love God and are called according to His purpose. Let's break down the word chosen. Chosen means selected, picked out, decided upon before all other options were considered. You weren't chosen because you were perfect, chosen one. You were chosen because you were willing. You weren't selected because you had it all together. You were picked because you were available for God's purposes even when it cost you everything. And now the benefits of being chosen are about to manifest in ways that will astound you. The protection that comes with divine selection. The provision that flows from heavenly favor. The power that accompanies spiritual authority. The purpose that gives meaning to every experience you've endured. The sign will manifest through increased spiritual sensitivity. You're going to begin discerning things about people and situations that you couldn't see before. The gift of discernment is going to sharpen in your spirit. You'll know who to trust and who to avoid. You'll sense opportunities before they're announced. You'll detect dangers before they become threats. This isn't paranoia, chosen one. This is prophetic awareness. This is spiritual intelligence. This is the heightened perception that God gives to those He's positioning for significant assignments. You're going to need this enhanced discernment for where you're going, because the level of your next season requires the wisdom of heaven to navigate successfully. Chosen one, the sign will also come through the alignment of your inner circle. People who don't belong in your life are going to remove themselves. Relationships that have been draining your energy are going to end naturally. Connections that have been holding you back are going to dissolve without drama or trauma. But simultaneously, new relationships are going to form. Divine connections are going to manifest. Strategic partnerships are going to develop. Your tribe, your true spiritual family, is going to assemble around you. These aren't just networking opportunities, chosen one. These are covenant relationships designed by heaven to support your destiny and amplify your impact. You're going to recognize these people immediately. There will be an instant connection, a spiritual recognition, a sense of divine timing in the meeting. These relationships won't require forcing or manipulation. They'll flow naturally because they've been orchestrated supernaturally. The sign will manifest through the restoration of lost years. Things that were stolen from you in past seasons are going to be returned with compound interest. Opportunities you missed because of bad advice are going to circle back with better terms. Relationships that ended prematurely are going to be healed and restored to their divine design. Dreams that were deferred are going to be revived with supernatural energy. This is the law of divine restoration in action. What the enemy took in darkness, God returns in the light. What was lost through deception, heaven recovers through truth. What was destroyed by hatred, the Almighty rebuilds through love. Chosen one, you're about to experience what I call accelerated recovery. Instead of slowly rebuilding what was torn down, God is going to restore everything at once. Instead of gradually replacing what was lost, heaven is going to overwhelm you with abundance. Instead of patiently waiting for healing, you're going to experience instant wholeness. The sign will come through unprecedented open doors. Opportunities that have been closed to you for years are going to suddenly become available. Positions that were filled by others are going to unexpectedly become vacant with your name already on them. Invitations to platforms you never thought you'd access are going to arrive without you applying. These aren't accidents, chosen one. These are appointments. These are divine arrangements. These are supernatural setups orchestrated by the hand of the Almighty to position you where you need to be for maximum impact. But here's what you need to understand about these open doors. They're not just opportunities for personal advancement. They're platforms for kingdom purposes. They're positions of influence designed to expand God's agenda on earth. They're strategic locations where your obedience can create transformation for multitudes. The sign will manifest through the breaking of generational patterns. Cycles of poverty that have plagued your family line are going to be shattered in your generation. Patterns of dysfunction that have repeated for decades are going to end with you. Limitations that have been passed down through bloodlines are going to be demolished by the power of the cross. You're not just receiving a personal breakthrough, chosen one. You're becoming a generational game changer. Your victory is going to create a new trajectory for your entire family tree. Your success is going to establish precedents that your children and their children will build upon. Let's break down the concept of generational breaking. Generation means a group of people born and living at the same time. Breaking means to shatter, to destroy, to put an end to. You're not just changing your own story, chosen one. You're rewriting the story for everyone connected to your bloodline. The sign will come through supernatural strength in your physical body. Energy you haven't felt in years is going to return. Vitality that has been depleted by stress and warfare is going to be restored. Health issues that have persisted despite medical intervention are going to resolve through divine healing. Your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, chosen one, and God is preparing to use you in ways that require supernatural strength. The assignments coming your way will demand endurance, focus, and physical capacity that can only come from heaven. So God is restoring your body as part of preparing you for your destiny. This isn't just about feeling better. This is about being equipped for the work ahead. This is about having the physical capacity to match the spiritual authority that's being released in your life. The sign will manifest through financial breakthrough that seems to come from nowhere. Income streams you never imagined are going to open up. Investment opportunities you're not qualified for by natural standards are going to be offered to you. Business ideas are going to download into your spirit that will generate wealth beyond your current comprehension. But chosen one, this financial blessing isn't just about personal comfort. It's about kingdom funding. God is making you a financial partner in His purposes on earth. He's positioning you to fund ministries, support missions, and bankroll breakthrough for others who are walking in their callings. You're going to understand that money is just a tool in the hands of the righteous. It's not evil in itself. It's a resource that can be used for kingdom expansion when it's managed by people who understand divine stewardship principles. The sign will come through the vindication of your character. People who have questioned your motives are going to see your heart clearly. Those who have doubted your integrity are going to witness demonstrations of your authenticity. Individuals who have spread lies about you are going to be confronted with undeniable truth. This vindication won't come through your own efforts to defend yourself, chosen one. It will come through God's sovereign revelation of who you really are. Your character will speak so loudly that your critics will become silent. Your integrity will shine so brightly that those who accused you will apologize publicly. You see, God has been protecting your reputation while you've been developing your character. He's been preparing the stage for your vindication while you've been learning to walk in humility. He's been orchestrating circumstances that will prove your innocence while you've been choosing to trust His timing rather than defending yourself. The sign will manifest through prophetic confirmation from multiple sources. People you don't know are going to approach you with words from the Lord that confirm what He's already been speaking to your heart. Strangers are going to prophesy your destiny back to you with details they couldn't possibly know naturally. Divine messengers are going to show up in unexpected places with messages that perfectly align with your secret prayers. This isn't coincidence, chosen one. This is God's way of confirming that what you've been sensing in your spirit is accurate. He's surrounding you with witnesses to validate that your breakthrough is not wishful thinking, but prophetic reality. Pay attention to the recurring themes in these prophetic words. Notice the consistent elements that multiple people mention. These are the specific areas where God is preparing to move on your behalf. The sign will come through the exposure of hidden enemies. People who have been working against you in secret are going to be revealed publicly. Their schemes are going to backfire. Their plots are going to be uncovered. Their true motives are going to be exposed for all to see. But chosen one, this exposure isn't happening to give you ammunition for revenge. It's happening to protect you from future attacks. It's occurring to clear the path for your advancement. It's taking place to ensure that when you step into your next season, these hindrances won't be able to follow you. God is cleaning house around your destiny. He's removing people and obstacles that would sabotage your success. He's creating a clear runway for your takeoff. The sign will manifest through divine downloads of wisdom and strategy. Solutions to problems that have puzzled you for years are going to come to you suddenly. Strategies for situations you've never encountered before are going to drop into your spirit. Wisdom for decisions you need to make is going to flow like a river. This isn't human intelligence, chosen one. This is the mind of Christ operating through your renewed mind. This is the wisdom of heaven being downloaded into your earthly experience. This is God sharing his thoughts with you because he's preparing to partner with you in unprecedented ways. Let's break down the word breakthrough one more time, because I want you to understand the full magnitude of what's coming. Break through. Something that has been intact is going to be shattered. Something that has been blocking your progress is going to be demolished. Something that has seemed impossible to penetrate is going to give way to your advancement. But it's not just breaking, chosen one. It's breaking through, which means you're not just destroying obstacles. You're advancing beyond them. You're not just removing barriers. You're progressing into new territory. You're not just solving problems. You're stepping into solutions that create permanent change. The sign will come through supernatural favor with authorities, government officials, business leaders, community influencers, and institutional gatekeepers who have never given you a second thought are going to suddenly become advocates for your success. They're going to open doors you didn't know existed. They're going to provide access to opportunities you never imagined were possible. This favor isn't something you can earn through networking or manipulation, chosen one. This is God touching the hearts of those in positions of power and causing them to see you through his eyes. This is heaven influencing earthly authorities to become instruments of your elevation. When this favor manifests, you'll know it's supernatural because it won't make sense from a natural perspective. These people will help you for reasons they can't fully explain. They'll go out of their way to support your success without expecting anything in return. The sign will manifest through the healing of deep wounds that you thought would never recover. Emotional scars from childhood trauma are going to be supernaturally healed. Heartbreak from betrayal that you've carried for years is going to be divinely mended. Pain from rejection that has shaped your identity is going to be transformed into power for your destiny. God isn't just preparing your circumstances for breakthrough, chosen one. He's preparing your heart to receive it. He's healing the places in your soul that might sabotage your success. He's restoring the areas of your emotions that need to be whole for you to handle what's coming. This inner healing is crucial because where you're going requires emotional health, mental clarity, and spiritual stability. The level of responsibility you're about to carry demands integrity in every area of your life. The sign will come through the return of your stolen voice. Opportunities to speak that have been denied to you are going to suddenly become available. Platforms that have rejected your message are going to invite you to share your testimony. Audiences that need to hear what you have to say are going to be assembled before you. Your voice carries authority, chosen one, because it has been tested in the wilderness. Your message has power because it has been refined through suffering. Your testimony has credibility because it has been forged in the fires of genuine experience. The enemy tried to silence you because he knows the impact your voice will have when it's fully released. But God has been preparing your message while protecting your voice. Now both are ready for global distribution. The sign will manifest through the alignment of your gifts with your assignment. Talents that you've had to suppress in previous seasons are going to find their perfect expression. Abilities that seemed irrelevant to your current situation are going to become central to your next chapter. Skills that you developed in obscurity are going to be showcased on international stages. Nothing in your life has been wasted, chosen one. Every experience has been preparing you for this moment. Every skill you've acquired has been needed for your destiny. Every talent you've developed has a role to play in your assignment. God doesn't make mistakes when He distributes gifts. What He's placed in you is exactly what the world needs from you. The unique combination of your abilities can solve problems that no one else can address. The sign will come through the acceleration of natural processes. Things that should take months are going to happen in weeks. Developments that typically require years are going to unfold in months. Transformations that usually span decades are going to occur in your lifetime. This acceleration isn't random, chosen one. It's strategic. God is compressing time frames because there's an urgency to your assignment. The world needs what you're carrying, and heaven is fast-tracking your preparation to meet this global demand. Don't be overwhelmed by the speed of the changes. Trust the process even when it seems to be moving faster than you're comfortable with. God knows exactly how much you can handle and when you're ready for each transition. The sign will manifest through divine protection that becomes visible. Accidents that should have happened don't occur. Attacks that were planned against you fail mysteriously. Schemes designed to destroy you backfire on their architects. You've always been protected, chosen one. But now you're going to see evidence of that protection. You're going to understand how many disasters God has prevented. You're going to recognize how many times His angels have intervened on your behalf. This visible protection serves multiple purposes. It builds your faith for the battles ahead. It testifies to others about God's faithfulness. It establishes your credibility as someone who walks under divine favor. The sign will come through the restoration of your reputation in places where it was damaged. Stories that were twisted to make you look bad are going to be corrected publicly. Lies that were spread about your character are going to be exposed as fabrications. Truth that was suppressed to protect your enemies is going to be revealed to vindicate your name. This restoration isn't just about clearing your record, chosen one. It's about establishing your credibility for the work ahead. Where you're going requires people to trust you completely. Your reputation must be spotless for you to have maximum impact in your assignment. God has been protecting the truth about you while your character was being developed. Now both are ready for public revelation. The sign will manifest through the multiplication of your resources. Small investments are going to yield enormous returns. Modest efforts are going to produce massive results. Limited resources are going to be supernaturally stretched to accomplish unlimited purposes. This isn't about getting rich quick schemes, chosen one. This is about divine multiplication for kingdom purposes. God is increasing your capacity to give, to serve, to impact, and to influence. He's expanding your resources so you can expand His kingdom. When this multiplication begins, you'll recognize it by its supernatural nature. The returns won't make sense mathematically. The growth won't follow natural patterns. The increase will be obviously miraculous. The sign will come through the convergence of multiple confirmations happening simultaneously. All the individual signs I've described aren't going to trickle in one at a time over several years. They're going to converge in a concentrated period that will leave no doubt about God's intentions for your life. This convergence will create a moment of undeniable clarity about your calling, your timing, and your assignment. You won't have to wonder if you're imagining things. You won't have to question if you're being presumptuous. The evidence will be overwhelming. Chosen one, as I bring this word to a close, I want you to understand that everything I've shared with you isn't wishful thinking or motivational speaking. This is prophetic declaration based on the word of God and the Spirit of the Lord. The sign is coming because your time has come. The breakthrough is arriving because your season has shifted. The vindication is manifesting because your preparation is complete. You've been faithful in the small things, so God is about to put you in charge of many things. You've been trustworthy in the natural realm, so heaven is about to give you authority in the supernatural realm. You've been loyal in serving others' visions, so God is about to bring you into your own divine assignment. The sign will not be subtle. It will not be something you have to interpret or spiritualize. It will be clear, undeniable, and perfectly timed to prepare you for what's next. Chosen one, your breakthrough is not just coming. It's here. Your vindication is not just promised. It's manifesting. Your destiny is not just written in the stars. It's descending from heaven into your earthly experience right now. Receive it. Embrace it. Step into it with confidence and authority. You were chosen for this. You were prepared for this. You were destined for this. The sign will appear, and when it does, remember that you heard it here first. Remember that heaven gave you advance notice. Remember that your God keeps his promises to his chosen ones. Your time is now, chosen one. Your moment has arrived. Your breakthrough is here. But wait, there's more. The sign will also manifest through dreams that feel more real than reality itself. You're going to have visions in the night that will download blueprints for your future. You'll wake up with strategies so clear, so detailed, that you'll know they came from the throne room of God. These aren't ordinary dreams, chosen one. These are divine transmissions, heaven's way of preparing your mind for the reality that's about to unfold in your waking hours. Pay attention to recurring symbols in these dreams. Notice the consistent themes that appear night after night. God is speaking to you in the language of the Spirit, downloading revelation that your natural mind couldn't process any other way. The sign will come through the supernatural ability to discern people's true intentions immediately upon meeting them. You're going to develop what I call spiritual X-ray vision. You'll see through facades that have fooled others for years. You'll detect deception before it can take root. You'll recognize genuine hearts from a distance. This discernment isn't for the purpose of judgment, chosen one. It's for the purpose of protection and proper alignment. Where you're going, you need to know who belongs in your inner circle and who needs to remain at a distance. You need to understand who can be trusted with your vision and who would use it against you. The sign will manifest through what I call divine interruptions. Plans that seem derailed will actually be divine redirections. Opportunities that appear to fall through will make way for better opportunities. Doors that slam shut will force you to walk through portals you never noticed. God's ways are not our ways, chosen one. His thoughts are not our thoughts. What looks like a setback from your limited perspective is actually a setup from his eternal viewpoint. He's orchestrating interruptions that will interrupt your mediocrity and catapult you into your magnificent destiny. The sign will come through unexpected sources of wisdom. Children will speak profound truths over your life. Strangers will share insights that unlock mysteries you've pondered for years. Even your former critics will begin to acknowledge the wisdom that flows through you. This wisdom isn't academic knowledge, chosen one. This is revelation knowledge. This is the kind of understanding that can only come from spending time in the secret place with the all-knowing God. This is the wisdom of Solomon being activated in your generation for the challenges of your time. The sign will manifest through the ability to bring peace to chaotic situations just by your presence. Confusion will clear when you enter the room. Tension will dissolve when you speak. Fear will flee when you pray. This isn't because you've learned techniques or methodologies. It's because the Prince of Peace has taken up residence in your spirit, and his peace is contagious. People won't be able to explain why they feel calmer around you. They won't understand why problems that seemed impossible suddenly have solutions when you're involved. They'll just know that something different happens when you're present. The sign will come through the restoration of relationships that seemed permanently broken. Family members who haven't spoken to you in years are going to reach out unexpectedly. Friends who walked away during your difficult seasons are going to return with apologies and renewed commitment. Even former enemies are going to become allies as God reveals the truth about past situations. This restoration isn't just for your benefit, chosen one. God is rebuilding your support system because He knows you're going to need it for the work ahead. He's healing broken connections because some of these people have roles to play in your destiny that they don't even know about yet. The sign will manifest through supernatural creativity that flows like a river. Ideas for businesses, ministries, inventions, artistic expressions, and solutions to global problems are going to flood your mind. You'll have more concepts than you know what to do with. Your challenge won't be finding ideas. It will be choosing which ones to pursue first. This creativity isn't just inspiration, chosen one. It's revelation. God is downloading His thoughts about how to bring heaven to earth through your unique gifts and calling. He's sharing His solutions to humanity's problems through minds that are surrendered to His purposes. The sign will come through the supernatural ability to see the potential in people that they can't see in themselves. You're going to become a catalyst for transformation in others. Your words will awaken dormant gifts. Your prayers will activate sleeping destinies. Your presence will inspire people to become who God created them to be. This isn't just encouragement, chosen one. This is prophetic activation. God is anointing you to speak life into dead dreams, to call forth the gold that's buried in people's hearts, to be a voice that says, "Rise up and walk in your calling." The sign will manifest through provision that comes through the most unlikely sources. Money will show up from directions you never expected. Resources will be provided by people who have no natural reason to help you. Opportunities will be funded by organizations that don't even know your name yet. God is not limited by your network, your credit score, or your current financial situation. When He decides to provide, He can use anyone, anywhere, at any time. He owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, and He knows exactly how to get resources from those hills into your hands. The sign will come through the ability to prophesy accurately about future events. Not for the purpose of entertainment or self-promotion, but for the purpose of preparing and protecting God's people. You'll sense shifts in the spiritual realm before they manifest in the natural. You'll have warnings about dangers before they arrive. You'll have insights about opportunities before they're announced. This prophetic gift isn't about predicting the future for personal gain, chosen one. It's about partnering with God to shape the future through prayer and prophetic declaration. It's about being a watchman on the walls, alert to what heaven is doing and ready to cooperate with divine purposes. The sign will manifest through supernatural strength to forgive those who have hurt you deeply. Bitterness that has been lodged in your heart for years is going to dissolve supernaturally. Anger that has poisoned your thoughts is going to be transformed into compassion. Desire for revenge is going to be replaced with intercession for your enemies. This forgiveness isn't weakness, chosen one. It's strength. It's the power that comes from understanding that hurt people, and healed people heal people. It's the freedom that flows from releasing others so that you can be released into your destiny. The sign will come through the realization that your past pain was actually preparation for your future assignment. The betrayal you experienced wasn't just random cruelty. It was training for how to help others who would experience similar betrayal. The rejection you endured wasn't just meaningless suffering. It was preparation to champion those who feel rejected by society. Nothing has been wasted, chosen one. Every tear has been collected. Every prayer has been recorded. Every act of faith in the dark has been noted. And now all of that accumulated faithfulness is about to yield a harvest that will astound you. The sign will manifest through the ability to see the unseen realm. Angelic activity around your life is going to become visible to your spiritual eyes. You'll begin to perceive the spiritual battles being fought on your behalf. You'll recognize the supernatural interventions that have been protecting you all along. This isn't about becoming spooky or weird, chosen one. This is about developing spiritual awareness that matches your spiritual authority. As God increases your influence in the earthly realm, He's also increasing your perception in the heavenly realm. The sign will come through divine appointments that seem like coincidences but are clearly orchestrated by heaven. You'll meet exactly the right person at exactly the right time with exactly the right solution to your current challenge. These encounters will happen so frequently that you'll stop believing in coincidences altogether. God has been arranging these appointments before you even knew you needed them. He's been positioning people in your path who carry pieces of your puzzle. He's been orchestrating meetings that will change the trajectory of your life forever. The sign will manifest through the ability to speak with authority that makes demons tremble and mountains move. Your prayers will carry unusual power. Your declarations will shift atmospheres. Your intercession will break generational curses and establish generational blessings. This authority doesn't come from shouting louder or using more spiritual language, chosen one. It comes from intimacy with the one who has all authority. It flows from understanding your position as a joint heir with Christ. It emerges from knowing who you are in Him and who He is in you. The sign will come through the sudden collapse of systems that have been built to exclude you. Organizations that refuse to recognize your value are going to desperately need what you offer. Industries that rejected your contributions are going to discover they can't succeed without them. Networks that wouldn't let you in are going to beg you to join. This isn't about you becoming vindictive or exclusive in return, chosen one. This is about God demonstrating that what man rejects, heaven validates. This is about showing the world that God's choices don't always align with human preferences. The sign will manifest through the ability to love unconditionally even those who have been conditional in their love toward you. Your heart will be enlarged to hold compassion for people who showed you none. Your capacity for grace will expand to cover those who offered you judgment. This isn't natural love, chosen one. This is supernatural love. This is the love of God being perfected in you. This is the kind of love that changes hearts, transforms minds, and heals relationships that seemed beyond repair. The sign will come through the restoration of your joy in its fullness. Laughter that has been absent from your life for seasons is going to return with supernatural intensity. Celebration that was stolen by circumstances is going to be restored by divine intervention. Hope that was deferred is going to be fulfilled beyond your wildest imagination. This joy isn't circumstantial, chosen one. It's constitutional. It's woven into the fabric of your being because you're about to step into the fullness of your purpose. When you're aligned with God's will, joy is inevitable. The sign will manifest through the ability to walk in divine health that defies medical explanation. Energy levels that were depleted by warfare are going to be supernaturally restored. Physical conditions that persisted despite treatment are going to resolve through prayer. Strength that was sapped by stress is going to return in greater measure. Your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, chosen one, and God is renovating His temple for the work ahead. He's restoring your physical capacity because your assignment requires supernatural stamina. The sign will come through the ability to see God's goodness even in situations that look completely hopeless to others. While others see problems, you'll see possibilities. While others see endings, you'll see new beginnings. While others see impossibilities, you'll see opportunities for miracles. This isn't positive thinking, chosen one. This is prophetic seeing. This is the ability to see situations from heaven's perspective rather than earth's limitations. Chosen one, as I prepare to close this prophetic word, I need you to understand that everything I've spoken is already in motion. The sign isn't coming someday. It's manifesting now. The breakthrough isn't scheduled for the future. It's unfolding in real time. Heaven has already released what you need. The angels have already been dispatched. The resources have already been allocated. The connections have already been arranged. Your part is simply to receive, believe, and step boldly into what God has prepared. Stop looking for permission from people who don't understand your calling. Stop waiting for approval from those who can't see your vision. Stop allowing the opinions of the unqualified to delay your obedience to the Almighty. The sign is here, chosen one. Your time is now. Your breakthrough is not coming. It has come. Your destiny is not developing. It has arrived. Your vindication is not promised. It is present. Rise up, chosen one. Take your position. Claim your inheritance. Walk in your authority. The King of Kings has spoken your name, and when the King speaks, the kingdom responds. Your wilderness is over. Your waiting is finished. Your warfare is won. Your breakthrough is here, and nothing in hell or earth can stop what heaven has started in your life. This is your moment, chosen one. This is your time. This is your sign. Now step into the fullness of everything God has prepared for you. Your destiny awaits.